Well, who would ever thought the day would come that I will be back on BO6? Yes, Fly Guy is back on BO6 after about a 4 to 5 month hiatus. See, I haven't played BO6 since December, first week of December. And ever since then, I've been playing nothing but Marvel Rivals and having a good old time playing Marvel Rivals. But since we here with the new season, the new updates, here to talk about, has the game gotten better than what the last time I remember it from? Because last time that I remember this daggone game, this game was laggy, it was broken, it was crashing, cheaters and hackers, nothing worked. But where does the game stand at now here in April? Well, I'm here to tell you, it's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. Far from perfect. But I must say, in a better direction than what it was a couple months ago. Now, so far, I haven't ran into no cheaters or hackers, but yet I have seen some questionable shit going on in my game. But I think it's just more or less people just got good, you know what I'm saying, hindsight of what's going on the map and stuff like that or whatever. So I can't too much complain on that aspect. But the overall game and how it's running performance-wise and stuff like that, I must say, it's in a better place than what it was, but it's still not perfect. As you can see, I grabbed this footage right here from the theater mode. Theater mode is still not working as it should be. Theater mode is very glitchy, very laggy, very buggy. But at least it's in a better state than what it was, because back in December, the theater mode, you couldn't even open up the theater mode. The theater mode back in December, every time you try to open it and try to play a video, it would just crash your game. Like it just wouldn't work. Not in the slightest would it work. But at least now it is somewhat working, even though it is super laggy. And the crazy thing is, how is a pre-recorded gameplay footage laggy? I would never understand the thought process of how this is even working like this. But hey, at least we can somewhat replay our gameplay footage. But the maps are cool. They brought in Fire and Rain. Warzone is cool. I played some Warzone today, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not the biggest fan of Warzone. I try to give it a chance, but the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of Warzone is because I just completely suck at Warzone. But, I give it a chance. I give it a try, you know what I'm saying? And I must say, I played about a 5 to 6 hour session today. Did some trios, did some solo. Died a lot of goddamn times. But I must say, the overall game and how it's running and stuff like that, it was cool, man. It was cool, man. Like I say, in a better state than what it's been. Now, I do see this one issue that's going on when it comes to Warzone. Every time you bag out of a game, or a match, I should say, the operator that you choose and also your class, it resets, and you got to keep on swapping back to the class that you want before you jump into the next match. Now, I don't know if everybody's having that issue, but best believe I'm having that issue. Every time I play a game and the game is over with, I got to go back out and swap my class back and swap my operator back because it's not safe. Once again, how does that happen? Only Activision can make some shit like that happen. Crazy shit up, But I had fun playing Warzone, you know what I'm saying? It seems like I didn't run into, no cheaters or anything like that, or any hackers or anything like that. But then again, I was one of the first people dying any goddamn way, so it wasn't like I stuck around long enough to even see if anybody was cheating or hacking or anything of those sorts. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool though. You know what I'm saying? The game is running a lot better than what it was. You know what I'm saying? Frame-wise and stuff like that, everything is moving a lot better. In multiplayer, I'm getting over 200 frames and stuff like that with all my settings turned up on 1440p. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like they had somewhat fixed, you know what I'm saying, the frames, because at first the frames on this game was jumping around everywhere. Like, it was not consistent. It was just everywhere. You know what I mean? But it seemed like it's a lot better than what it was, Because I'm telling you, back in December, Call of Duty BO6 was in a bad place. And it's still not in the best of place. but it's at least in a way better place than what it was back then. Because goddamn, this game back in December was unplayable. But it seems like it's in a way better state. Now, watching more famous people than me, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to what they've been talking about, they still saying that there's still a lot of hackers out there and stuff like that. Like I said, maybe I was just lucky enough to not run across no hackers right at the moment, you know, but people still say that there's still hackers out there. So I'm not going to sit here and say that that's not true. I believe it because, like I say, the game is not perfect, but it is in a better place. And that's all we can pretty much hope for. But the sad thing is, and look, I'm not sitting here trying to, you know, make a video, you know, make it in old clickbait or whatever and rage bait and all that old stuff. But once again, it's still the fact of the matter that a multi-million-dollar company still cannot get it right. A game that pretty much is the same Call of Duty that we get every single year. But every single year, we still got to go through this bullshit of a video game where all these issues and bugs and stuff like that will be going on and be consistent. And then once May or June or July or sometimes August comes around, the game is finally working and finally properly running. But yet by that time, the next Call of Duty is already announced, and now everybody's waiting on the next Call of Duty. And see, that's the gripe that I have when it comes to Call of Duty and Activision, because this is, once again, an ongoing thing when it comes to Call of Duty. Every year, we have to go through this process of waiting 7 to 8 months for them to fix all the bugs, fix all the hacking, fix all the cheating, fix all the glitching. But by that time, the next Call of Duty will be out within 2 to 1 months. And all I gotta say is, like, when are you gonna finally understand that this philosophy, this practice that they're doing is not working? I don't understand why it is so hard for them to just make a standalone multiplayer Warzone game, just like what everybody else is doing, the Fortnites, the Apex, what's the other game? I can't even think of the game right now. You gotta excuse me. I got a public education, all right? But why they just can't make a standalone game and stop giving us a brand new game every single year where they keep on running into these issues, and just give us a standalone game and just continue to update the game periodically like they do with all these other games? Because all these other games is in a way better state than what BO6 is. This has to be, in the last 5 years that I can think of, this has to be one of the most anticipated hype games in the Call of Duty franchise in recent years. But yet this has to be one of the most broken, the most buggiest, the most laggiest Call of Duty in recent years too as well. It's crazy how it's one of the most anticipated Call of Duties, but it's one of the most broken Call of Duties. It's crazy how that would work. But yet they find a way to make this shit work. You know what I'm saying? But I must say, I had fun, man. I've been playing this game nonstop for the last 2 days. I've been having fun, but yet it is still not perfect. Still far from perfect. Still got a lot more patching, a lot more updates that they need to do to make this game better. But it's definitely in a way better place than what I can remember the game was back in December. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely want to know from y'all in the comment section, man. How y'all, you know what I'm saying, season 3, I think that we're on. Is it season 3 that we on? How's y'all season 3 experience been so far? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all liking it? Y'all hating it? I know it's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? But let me know down in the comment section how y'all been feeling about, you know what I'm saying, season 3 so far in the whole. I know everybody is so happy with the new, you know what I'm saying, Warzone and bringing Verdansk back and all that good old stuff. But yet, the game is still, in hindsight, still broken. But definitely let me know how y'all feel, man. You know, it's your boy Fly Guy. Peace, love, and blessing to everybody. And I'm up out of here, man. One!